The Ford Flex debuted back in 2009 and hasn't been fully redesigned since. In car years, the 2018 version of the Flex is right up against its sell-by date. When it comes to interior design, quality and available features, the Flex trails newer crossover SUVs and minivans. But aged as it may be, the Flex remains one of our favorites because of its versatile layout. You can cram a lot of people and their stuff into it without breaking a sweat. The Flex is also available with a strong turbocharged V6, which provides plenty of power for highway passing or towing. If you're paying for a thorough crossover, the Flex is still worth a look. What's new? The optional rear seat entertainment system is no longer available. Otherwise, the Flex returns unchanged. The cell trim as an optimal middle ground both in terms of content and price. We also suggest the 202A options package for its added safety, convenience and luxury features. Trim levels and features. The 2018 Ford Flex is a large crossover wagon that can seat either 6 or 7 passengers and is available in sell and limited trim levels. The standard engine is a 3.5-liter V6 287 horsepower, 254 pound-feet of torque that is paired with a 6-speed automatic transmission that sends power to the front wheels. All-wheel drive is available for the Cell and Limited trims. The Limited trim is also eligible for a turbocharged 3.5-liter V6 365 horsepower and 350 lb-ft with standard all-wheel drive. Standard feature highlights for the CE trim include 17-inch wheels, rear parking sensors, heated side mirrors, rear privacy glass, a keyless entry keypad, an auto-dimming rear-view mirror, a leather-wrapped steering wheel, a 6-way power driver seat with manual recline, 60/40 split folding second-row seats with an auto-folding passenger side, 50/50 split folding third-row seats, a rear-view camera, Bluetooth, a 4.2-inch central display screen, voice controls, and a 6-speaker audio system with a CD player and a USB port. The Cell adds 18-inch wheels, upgraded brakes, fog lights, keyless entry and ignition, remote start, dual-zone automatic climate control with manual rear controls, wood appearance interior trim, heated front seats, a 10-way power driver seat with power lumbar adjustment, a 6-way power front passenger seat with manual lumbar adjustment, and the Sync 3 infotainment system with an 8-inch touchscreen, satellite radio, a second USB port and smartphone integration via Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. The Cell trim is eligible for the 202A options package, which adds a power liftgate, blind spot monitoring with rear cross-traffic alert, power adjustable pedals, driver seat memory settings, leather upholstery vinyl for the third row, a 110-volt household power outlet and an upgraded 7-speaker audio system. The range-topping Limited trim includes all of the above plus 19-inch wheels, xenon headlights, LED taillights, power folding mirrors, automatic wipers, additional metallic exterior trim, upgraded wood interior trim, ambient interior lighting, a navigation system optional on Cell and a 12-speaker Sony premium audio system with HD radio. The Limited trim is eligible for the 301A package that adds an automatic parallel parking system, adaptive cruise control, forward collision warning, a power adjustable and heated steering wheel, a 10-way power front passenger seat, ventilated front seats and power folding third-row seats. Additional options are dependent on trim and include 20-inch wheels, roof rails, a tow package, a panoramic sunroof, black exterior and interior trim, upgraded leather upholstery and inflatable second-row outboard seat belts. Trim tested. Each vehicle typically comes in multiple versions that are fundamentally similar. The S in this review are based on our full test of the 2015 Ford Flex Limited Wagon Turbo 3.5 liters V6, 6-speed automatic, AWD. Note: since this test was conducted, the current Ford Flex has received some minor revisions, including the addition of the latest Sync 3 infotainment interface. Our findings remain broadly applicable to this year's Flex, however. Driving. Thanks to its optional 365 horsepower turbocharged V6 and all-wheel drive, the Flex has plenty of power and traction. We're less fond of the steering and braking, however. In general, the Flex isn't as enjoyable or easy to drive as some newer rivals. Acceleration. When it comes to acceleration, the Flex is a solid performer, especially with the available EcoBoost V6. With that engine, the Flex hits 60 in 6.2 seconds, which is quicker than just about any other crossover or minivan. Braking. The brake pedal has a long travel and little to no feel. The brakes are very effective, however. In our emergency brake test, the Flex stopped from 60 miles per hour in a respectable 120 feet. Steering. Like the brakes, the steering imparts little feel and feedback to the driver. This doesn't impact most routine driving situations, but the lack of feedback when the Flex is driven on unfamiliar winding roads can be disconcerting. Handling. The Flex drives smaller than it looks because it doesn't lean as much as taller SUVs when you're going around turns. But it never feels nimble due to its long length, high weight, low grip tires and occasional intrusive stability control system. Drivability. The 6-speed automatic is slow to shift up or down, and the V6 engine isn't particularly quick to rev. This powertrain is strong at full throttle but is less impressive in certain routine driving situations. Comfort. It's not uncomfortable in any way, but the Flex is dated compared to more sophisticated rivals. Not only is the ride louder and busier than we expect, but seat comfort and quietness aren't up to par in the class anymore. Seat comfort. The Flex's front seat cushions are flat and featureless. Support for long-distance driving is lacking, and the short seat bottoms may not be comfortable for taller drivers. The second row has plenty of room to stretch out, and the third row is tolerable for average-height adults. Ride comfort. Disappointingly, the Flex rides stiffly over small cracks, especially when fitted with the optional 20-inch wheels. There's more jostling of passengers when you're driving on uneven pavement compared to other crossovers. Noise and vibration. There's some wind noise from the upright windshield and the mirrors, but the bigger culprits are the tires and the EcoBoost V6 engine's gravelly, gasping tone. Interior. If space for stuff and easy access are your primary requirements, the Flex remains a great choice. There's plenty of room for rear passengers, too. But the usability of the interior is marred by aggravating touch panel controls. Ease of use. While other Fords now employ physical buttons, the older Flex retains the infuriating and oft-accidentally hit touch-sensitive controls for climate and audio functions. Steering wheel buttons are difficult to use and poorly labeled. Getting in, jetting out. The doors open wide, and there's no sill to step over, but high curbs will impede door opening. Seats are neither too high nor too low. Second row access is equally easy, and getting to the third row isn't bad. Roominess. There is plenty of head and legroom, but the area to either side of the driver feels tight because of the wide center console and bulky door panels. Farther back, the second row feels positively expansive, and third row passengers will be fine for a bit. Visibility. Excellent forward visibility with a good sense of where the long hood ends. Rear visibility is enhanced with a camera, but even without it we'd feel comfortable backing this one up. Large side mirrors provide good coverage. Quality. Our test car exhibited more squeaks, rattles and misaligned panels than we're used to seeing. Materials quality is just okay and is easily trumped by newer products, including some within Ford's own fleet. Utility. If you can't fit all of your stuff into a Ford Flex, there's a good chance you have too much stuff. Some SUVs can carry more based on the spec sheet, but the Flex's boxy shape and flat load floor are great in real-world use. Cargo space. The boxy Flex is as efficient at carrying cargo as it looks. It's positively immense with all seats folded and still quite cavernous with just the third row stowed. With all seats up, the space is short but it's also deep thanks to a minivan-style storage well. Towing. We towed a car on an open trailer and were impressed with the EcoBoost V6's ability to comfortably maintain speed on a grade. Best used for a low-profile trailer or boat, not an enclosed camper with a lot of air drag and tongue weight. Technology. If there's one area where the aging Ford Flex has remained up to date, it's the infotainment system. The Sync 3 system is significantly better than previous versions. Audio and navigation. While the Explorer now employs physical buttons, the older Flex retains the infuriating and oft-accidentally hit touch-sensitive controls for climate and audio functions. Steering wheel buttons are difficult to use and poorly labeled. Long-term road test. To learn more about the Ford Flex of this generation, read our updates from a full year of living with a 2009 Ford Flex. We cover everything from seat comfort to real-world fuel economy. Please note the 2018 Ford Flex differs from our long-term Flex in terms of powertrains, exterior revisions and interior features. It's the same generation, though, so many of our observations still apply. Read long-term test.